Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna do this real quickly as I can. I got my security camera on right now. Just checking stuff and everything, so I can do this while I can. It's one of those situations to where things are a little different. Mother's Day weekend, day after Mother's Day, stuff like that. But yeah, I got a package here from Santiago Soleas, if you will. Right there. No, just a little bit. Oh, fast. Just a bit. Like I said, I got a package from Santiago Salinas, if you will, right there. And it's out of Rosedale, Maryland. I got this off eBay because I was looking the other day, or not the other day, but a couple of days, just thinking, what's on there, and I saw this individually, one of these things I saw individually, and I thought, oh, it's not too bad, $50, basically it's it's something that's over 4 years old, but $50, I can understand it, being that much. And then I saw the same thing for, $20 less, for about $10 less, if you will. But it wasn't just, that one thing. It was two other things related to it. So I figured, why not get that? I did. And, yeah, it's right here. Now you might see the title and be like, well, why would you get, these things? Why would you get this medium, this format, or this media format, if you will? Well, because a lot of people still have the players, if you will. Some still have them, as a combo pack with DVD. Yeah, because there are DVD, VHS players out there. We have one, actually, in here in the house somewhere. And I have a VHS player stored away somewhere. So, so basically, people buy them for that reason. The other reason, too, is because, as I've told people before, in fact, told families the other day, when I informed them about, cassette tapes making a comeback, if you watch that report from CBS Sunday mornings, or Saturday mornings, actually, cassette tapes making a comeback, like vinyl and, a few others, and all that, and even CDs, and how physical media is, becoming, viable again, if not important to own again, despite who's releasing it. And it looks like a lot of the licenses are being, sold to other parties, through big studios, because, the bigger studios don't want to go that route, or the people that do the protection for the physical media doesn't want to do it anymore, so they're handing it off to somebody else and stuff. So, anyway, I told him I would not be surprised that with, vinyl coming back, cassettes coming back, and all that, that this format, VHS, will make a comeback. And I'm not the only one that has this. I know Sarah Nicerak has it. James Wolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd has it, and a lot of people have different formats. ABGN has, basically, he doesn't, he had a whole room dedicated. He basically converted, I think, his lower stairs, his attic, if you will, into a homemade video store. Where he has not just Blu-rays and 4Ks and DVDs, but he has VHSs, Betamax, and CEDs and Laserdiscs, so, and even disco version, I think, as well. He has all the formats there. So I'm not alone in, wanting to have these, and basically also getting this as well completes my collection of one particular title in particular, if you will, because I would now have it on all the formats, but all the different kinds of releases and all that, and would have seen it in that way as well. So what am I talking about? Well, let's take a look, shall we, as we open up this package here in beautiful 4K. So let's see what it is, shall we? Bubble wrap. Just gonna pull it out. Oh, he put some paper in there too, so cushioned it real well. So what is it that I got for him the 40 bucks? Well, let's open the bubble wrap and see, shall we? Really protected this when he flipped it out. Hold on for a second, guys. I'll do something.
You rely on your user base? If you
have to do that real quickly. Let's see what it is, shall we? And what is it? Put that down there. Okay. So you can tell by the t-shirt maybe what it's related to. So here we have, this is from Kid Stuff Video. Kid Stuff Video was a independent video distributor, VHS distributor back in the day, and they would do releases for a lot of shows, but mostly storybook videos and all that. So here we have, and mostly they would be learning and all that, but they'd also do licenses. So here we have the VHS of, gotta make sure it's the right one. Yes, it is. You have the VHS of, and I guess you got it backwards or something like that. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird how you have the top. Usually it's the bottom. Over here we have Transformers, Satellite of Doom, and When Curtains Collide. These are basically books on VHS. I remember renting some of these or watching some of these when I was a kid at home, and also, you know, like I said, renting them from the store. So there we go, right there. It's pretty cool. And next up, oh, this is the big one. This is the big one because this is not the original. I'm gonna make sure double check. Yeah, it's not the. No.
tricking your user base? If you allowed somebody...
Sorry about that, guys. Went a little too long in regards circumstances and all that. As you know, I'll explain later. But like I said, continuing on, like I said, the package. Of course, this is the Kid Stuff release of 2 storybooks on VHS. These would basically be utilized. It says Kid Vid interactive video combines the entertainment television with the fun of participation and learning. So basically these were like stories that were educational and stuff, and you would learn from them. And Kid Stuff would, licenses like Kid Stuff would do this, and it's called the see and read stuff. So they would do this to where you would see the picture on television and you would read it along with, along with watching it. So yeah, there you go. They would like, so yeah, there you go. They would license these. Basically, early on when something would be popular franchise-wise, and they wanted to use it for education. Excuse me. Okay, but next up, this is the big one, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning when I said I'm going to, I'm going to basically now have all the formats. Maybe not, well, not Laserdisc. I don't know if it ever went on Laserdisc. It probably did. And it probably went on Betamax as well. If there is a Laserdisc and Betamax, I'll look for those as well. But as far as initially watching the movie for the first time, this here is how I watched it. Yes, I have the VHS released by Kid Rhino. Yes, I have the first DVD released by Kid Rhino. I have the 20th anniversary released by Sony. And I have the 30th Blu-ray released by Shout Factory. And the 35th anniversary release on 4K released by Shout Factory. And I do have the digital on both, HD and 4K, digitally. So I watched it in all those kinds of formats. But this one right here was the first one. In fact, this was the very first time it's ever hit VHS here in the States. And this brings back a lot of memories because, as I've said before, the movie came out in spring of 1987. In fact, we just celebrated about 2 months ago. It doesn't even feel like that now, but 2 months ago, a little over a month and a half, 2 months ago, basically, that signified the 38th anniversary since it came out in VHS in the spring of 1987, basically mid-March, early April of 87. And I remember, as I said before, going to neighborhood video in Hayward, seeing the big whiteboard and what was coming soon, and I saw the poster in the window, and my parents made me a deal that if I did good in school and I behaved for a week or and everything they were supposed to do, I would be able to rent it. They would reserve it, and I would rent it, and that's what happened. And this was on the shelf. I think there was various other copies as well on the shelf, but neighborhood video was one of those local video stores that would have maybe just one or two, maybe 3 copies that you could rent, if you will. I mean, well, they would have 3 of the VHS covers, in front of the tapes. So in total, they'd have like maybe 9 or 12 at most. And I remember again having this reserved and watching it, and anytime I had a chance to rent it, I would. So, what am I talking about? Transformers, the movie. The original FHE Family Home Entertainment release. And this is what I was talking about when I first saw it on eBay, I was like, oh, this is $50, not bad, but God basically told me to keep looking, and I did, and I found it along with, the kid stuff release, the scene read, and then the other one I'm going to show you in a minute. But yeah, basically, they said, well, basically it's like God told me to keep looking, and I found it for $40, taxes and shipping, of course. I ended up getting this along with, like I said, the scene read, and then the other one, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is the original, and if you don't know, there it is, right there. So yeah, there it is, and it's the original, and it's a little different. The tapes they would use sometimes would be different. I think I remember the first one, I think it may have been like that, or it may have been like a little bit more like the wooden grain, like they would do the wooden version and all that. Well, basically it would be the black plastic, but it would have like a wood grain finish and all that, but in black and everything. But yeah, this is the original Family Home Entertainment release. This is the one to where they only kept the word. The only swear word they kept in here was damn. They didn't have Spike's S-H-I-T shit word in there or anything like that. They only kept damn in there. And we wouldn't know about him, Spike saying, oh shit, until later on. So, or until we heard it from friends and all that went and saw it in the theaters. And then, of course, if we didn't believe him, we found out later on with the Kid Rhino releases and and then the Blu-ray and the Kid Rhino releases, the Sony release, and Shout releases, and all that. But yeah, there you go. Transformers the movie the original FHE release. Pretty cool. And then, last but not least, to follow that up, I remember first seeing this in 94, 95 in Topeka, Kansas, and at the Blockbuster there, because we didn't have a Blockbuster in Oskaloosa, Kansas, and we didn't know what the Blockbuster was in Lawrence until I moved, and I found out, oh, it's right over there. You know, it's like right down the street from me. But anyway, I remember seeing this at the Blockbuster in Topeka, and I was like, I gotta rent it. You know, because I'm thinking, oh, I've seen the episode, but the way they were presenting it, it was like, well, this is, you know, different and everything, even though I'd seen it before. And what it is it's basically called the must-see sequel to Transformers the movie. What am I talking about? How about the Season 3 finale, two-parter, Return of Optimus Prime? How about that? On VHS. And look at that, it has the Please Be Kind Rewind on the side there. That's cool. And it was West Coast Video. Yeah, it actually has the West Coast Video stamp on the back there, on the side there. Look at that. So yeah, and this I think was a for Blockbuster and West Coast and, you know, Hollywood and all them. It was a rental exclusive for a while before they decided to sell it and all that. And I think a lot of these got sold when a lot of the video stores, major ones and local ones, started to shut down. They started to sell these, and that's why the case is kind of in rough condition, you know, because it's been around, you know, been moved around and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, there it is. Awesome, huh? But yeah, and then this one, it's got the label number on that, I think. I don't think it's got anything else on the side. No. But yeah, there it is. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the package opening. And I can say, honestly, that my Transformers movie collection is just about complete now. And if there's a Laserdisc, maybe a beta, I'll look into that as well. You know, maybe. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Comment below, and I am out.